Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to this short video. My name is Jamie Highton and I'm an Associate Professor in Applied Sport and Exercise Physiology here at the University of Chester in the Department of Sport and Exercise Sciences. And this short video is designed to show you what exercise physiology is, which is one of the disciplines that you'll study on your Sport and Exercise Science degree. A dictionary definition of physiology would be something like the study of the function of living organisms. Now, that could include plants and animals, but in the case of sports sciences, we are generally interested in how the human body works. So physiologists in sports sciences are interested in studying human body function. Now that means that we have to understand sometimes very small molecules. So consider oxygen, for example, which is the most abundant chemical element in our body. Something to pause and think about, that the body is predominantly made up of an odorless gas that's highly flammable and highly corrosive. It also plays a really key role in keeping us alive. So we have to understand that. We have to understand how these molecules come together to form cells. These cells come together to form tissues, and then those tissues come together to form organs and organ systems that all work together. These organ systems will play one or more vital role in keeping you alive, and therefore it's crucially important to understand. Now, an exercise physiologist will understand those different organs and organ systems and how they work, but perhaps more importantly, they'll understand or specialise in how that physiology responds to the acute and chronic stress of exercise. And exercise is a stress. When we're well, when our body is functioning well, we're usually keeping things in the body in a relatively narrow range. So your blood pressure, your body temperature, your blood glucose doesn't tend to fluctuate a great deal across the day. That's despite many environmental stresses attempting to change that, or possibly changing that. So exercise is a stress in that it will try and move us out of this fairly narrow range of values where we're comfortable. So if you consider body temperature, for example, when we start to exercise, we'll generate a lot of heat. Now, our core temperature is only ever a few degrees Celsius away from death, and yet the body responds. So the cardiovascular system will respond in order to cope with that heat generation and dissipate it into the environment. Exercise physiology is a really important discipline in sport and exercise sciences, and so we offer exercise physiology modules at first, second and third year as part of our sports science degree at the University of Chester. In your first year, we will teach you all about the body's different organ systems, how they function and how they respond to exercise, as well as what they're made up of. Importantly, a significant proportion of your time will not just go on the theory behind how the human body works, but getting into the lab and being able to measure these physiological systems in action. At second year, we start to focus a little bit more on these physiological systems and the implications they have for athletic performance and health. So now we're looking at testing maybe the upper end of the capacity of these systems, like your ability to consume oxygen maximally via a VO2 max test. In third year, we offer more specific elements of exercise physiology, such as the physiology that underpins training and performance, sports nutrition, and exercise physiology in health and disease. Again, we mix our lectures with important lab practicals and seminars here, so that you get the practical skills that you need to be a practitioner. All of these modules are really important because they can help inform how to make people more healthy or well. So one of the careers that physiologists might go on to is to work with certain clinical populations, those with maybe cardiovascular disease or those with metabolic diseases such as diabetes, to try and improve their physiology. You might be lucky enough to go away and work with elite athletes and try and enhance their performance, or maybe reduce their injury risk or enhance their recovery from injury. And again, the ways that we might do that are to provide certain training programs or training stimulus that we know stresses important physiological systems for performance. It might be that we prescribe diets such that the nutrients that we provide will positively affect all the chemical reactions that take place in the body and in those organs and organ systems. Or you might specifically study Exercise in Health and Disease, where we look at how much physical activity, for example, is necessary for the prevention or treatment of certain conditions.